The sense of gratitude wells up in us every time we sit down for a bhajan session, every time we sit down for a study session of the scriptures and the glory of Paramatma, called as Swadhyaya. This is called as Swadhyaya. The word Swadhyaya means study of the scriptures. Every time we sit down, every time we have the opportunity, we feel our life is very, very, very meaningful. Our life is meaningful, we are fortunate. So we start with gratitude. We thank Paramatma for giving us this opportunity. With the words in Sanskrit, Dhanyosmi, 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 Dhanyavadaha. We are on page number 9 now. We have completed this second portion of the Sanskrit text. We are going to read further. This is a discourse where there is a dialogue between the Kumaras and Narada. Taking mukti, jnana and vairagya with you, you came down to the earth. So Narada Rishi is conveying to Bhakti how it happened. From Krita Yuga down to the end of Dwapara Yuga, you stayed here with great joy. From Krita Yuga to the end of Dwapara Yuga, 3 yugas. You know how many years it is? 8,64,000 years is Dwapara Yuga. 17,28,000 is Treta Yuga. And then 34,56,000 is the Satya Yuga. So 8,64,000, 3 times. 8,64,000, 12,96,000 and then 17,28,000 years. So all add together in so many years Bhakti was here in this world. People used to have, this is the measure of the yugas. And when Kali Yuga came, what happened? From Krita Yuga down to the end of Dwapara, you stayed here with great joy. Afflicted with the malady of false doctrines, however, Mukti underwent decay in Kali Yuga, and under your direction she returned to Vaikuntha soon. So Mukti, who was Mukti? Mukti was the maid of Bhakti. Mukti was the maid of Bhakti. That means if Mukti is there on earth along with Bhakti, it means a person who is devoted is already released. If Mukti is there along with Bhakti, a person who is in devotion is automatically a Jivan Mukta. Please understand the difference between Mukti after death and Mukti during living itself, while living itself. So when a person is living itself, one is liberated, means the very meaning of the word liberated is one does not have any difficulty, one does not have any worry because one is devoted to God. God takes care of everything. Paramatma takes care of everything. What you should do? Regularly remember Paramatma and offer your gratitude to Paramatma, and then you keep doing your duties. मुख में हो माँ का नाम, माँ की सेवा हाथ में, तू अकेला नहीं रे प्यारे, माँ भी तेरे साथ में. So you are always, Paramatma is always with you only. So you are liberated. Mukti has now left. The moment Kali Yuga began, what happened? Bhakti is not original Bhakti now. There is no originality, there is no truth in Bhakti. Therefore Mukti thought, I am not eligible to be here. She went back to Vaikuntha. Mukti went back to Vaikuntha. Mukti underwent decay in Kali Yuga, and under your direction she returned to Vaikuntha soon. Yet even when thought of by you, she comes to this very region and goes back again. That means now when Bhakti calls her, when Bhakti thinks of Mukti, it means Bhakti is overwhelmed. Bhakti is very happy with the people's devotion. What she does? She simply thinks of Mukti. Isko Mukti de do. Living itself will become liberated. While these Jnana and Vairagya have been kept by you, by your own side, treating them as your sons. Mukti you sent away, but Jnana and Vairagya are with you only, you are treating them as your sons, means wherever there is devotion, true devotion, there will be Jnana and Vairagya. But now they have become old because Bhakti itself is not proper. Through neglect in Kali Yuga, both your sons have become sluggish and cold. Through neglect in Kali Yuga, both your sons have become sluggish and cold. Means neglection is, what is neglection? I had to go to the satsang today, but very nice party is going to come there. What shall I do now? Satsang tomorrow I can go, no problem. But party is important. So the neglection of satsanga means you start giving priority to all other activities except satsang. Moment you start postponing satsang, you think that those things will give you a human relationship, those will give you benefit in business, but you are not aware that you are actually missing the most important part of your life, satsang. So that is called as neglection. So sluggish and also your jnana is, what is Brahma? I have heard about it. I don't know what is Brahma. I have heard about it. So you don't even know what you have heard in satsang. You forget everything. Nevertheless, cease you worrying. Stop worrying. In the meantime, I am taxing my brain about a remedy. I am taxing my brain. Narada is saying, let me think about it. A remedy for you. There is no age like Kali, O lady with a charming countenance. In this yuga, I shall establish you in every house and in every individual. Now suddenly there is a flash for Naradji. He just meditates and then says, Oh Bhakti, Mata, there is nothing like Kali Yuga, so beautiful like Kali Yuga in this world, because in this age, in this yuga, I shall establish you in every house and in every individual. If I fail to propagate you in the world, throwing into the background all other cults and placing above all grand celebrations connected with devotion, I am no longer a servant of Sri Hari. He makes a pratigna itself. If I don't do that, I am not a devotee of Hari itself. Naraji is saying, what shall I do? I shall place you, bhakti, in every house. In every house there will be bhakti, I shall do that one. If I don't do so, I am not a servant of Hari. Even those sinners, men who will be endowed with you in this bhakti, in the age of Kali, will attain after death the abode of Sri Krishna. Even though a person is a sinner, it's a very beautiful assurance. Very beautiful assurance. Naraji is saying, even though you are a sinner, because you don't know whether you are a sinner or not, inside you will be boiling. There will be guilty conscience. I should not have done this. I should not have done this. So if you feel that you have done something wrong and you are guilty, then he also will be delivered. You also will go to Vaikuntha. That person also will go to Vaikuntha. Why? Through devotion. Attain the abode of Sri Krishna, which is free from all fear. Those pure-bodied souls in whose mind constantly abides devotion in the form of love for the Lord do not see the face of Yama, the god of punishment, even in a dream. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva endoru namam sollayya. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva endoru namam sollayya. Andha Yaman romba polladavan vidamatan. Yama is very, very terrible. He will never leave. Avan Shiva bhaktargalai kandal todamatan. If you see Shiva bhaktas, he will never come near you. That's what exactly she is saying. See, those pure-bodied souls in whose mind abides devotion in the form of love for the Lord do not see the face of Yama. Bhagavad Gita Kinchita Dhita Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita Sakradapi Yena Murari Samarcha Kriyate Tasya Yamena Na Charcha. Even once if you say Paramatma's name, Sakradapi Yena Murari Samarcha. Murari is the slayer of Mura demon, that is Krishna. Even if once you think of Krishna, Yama will not come near you. Neither the spirit of a departed soul, nor a fiend, nor an ogre, nor a demon has got the power to touch those whose mind is enriched with devotion. Na bhuta, preta, pishachi, they cannot come near a person who's got bhakti at all. Definitely they cannot come. Sri Hari can be won neither by means of austerities, nor through the study of the Vedas, nor through spiritual enlightenment, nor even through righteous action. He can be won only through devotion. So jnana, then atma sakshatkara, and then you have, what is this? Satkarma, nakarmana, whatever is then? All these things are not sadhana, only bhakti. Bhakti is the real sadhanam. The cowherdesses of Vraja, Gopika Stris, bear testimony to this. The Gopika Stris have been in the most blissful state. They did not want anything at all. They did not want anything else in life except Krishna. always in the remembrance of Krishna. Fondness for devotion is in fact engendered in the mind of men after thousands of lives. One gets a devotion, tendency to be devoted only after thousands of lives. You know, Bhagavad Pada, the Shankaracharya says in the Saundarya Lahari, Shiva Shaktya Yukto Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhavitum Nachedevam Devo Nakalu Kushalas Panditumapi Atastvam Aradhyam Hari Hara Virinchadi Virapi Pranantum Stotum Va Katham Akrita Punya Prabhavati. If Shiva is not connected with Shakti, then he won't be able to do any of his activities. Shiva Shaktya Yuktaha Yadi Bhavati Shakta Prabhu Nachedevam Devo Nakalu Kushalas Panditumapi. He won't even be able to move. And if that Shakti is being worshipped by me, Adastvam Aradhyam Hari Hara Virinchadi Birapi. You, O Mother Shakti, O Mother, Divine Mother, you are being worshipped by Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, all the trinities are worshipping you. And that Mother is being worshipped by me means how much fortunate I should be. How fortunate I should be, how much punya I should have done in so many lives. So many lives, so many births I have taken. In all those, whatever punya I have done, I have got the fruit of worshipping you. That is the power of devotion. Bhakti alone is supreme. Fondness for devotion is in fact engendered in the mind of men after thousands of lives. In Kali Yuga, in the age of Kali, Bhakti alone is supreme. As a result of Bhakti, Sri Krishna reveals himself and stands at our very door. Those who are hostile to Bhakti suffer in all the three worlds. Those people who do not have Bhakti, who do not encourage Bhakti, who do not practice Bhakti, who are hostile to Bhakti, they will never have happiness. In the past, the sage Durvasa, who reproached a devotee in the person of King Ambarisha, came to grief. One day Durvasa Rishi also got angry with Ambarisha. Durvasa Rishi was a great jnani, but he too, when he hurt a devotee, Ambarisha. So what happened? Durvasa also became sad. Because you cannot hurt a devotee. Have done with the observances of sacred vows, have done with undertaking pilgrimage to sacred places, have done with spiritual discipline, have done with sacrificial performances, and have done with discourses on spiritual enlightenment. Bhakti alone is capable of conferring liberation. These are all not sadhanas for liberation. Mukti, Bhakti alone is the sadhana for liberation. Means, what is liberation? Again and again we should question this. What is liberation? Just we have to take some examples. All of us know that all over the world there is something called as a jail. And in this jail, in this prison, who is put into the prison? People who have committed some crimes, they are put into the jail. So, do you think it is a pleasant thing to be in a jail? Do you think it is pleasant to be in a prison? Will anybody like to go to jail? You are put behind bars and you have to simply obey what those people are saying, so it's not at all pleasant. So a person who is released from prison, not after punishment, a person who is released from prison even before punishment itself, that means you are not at all bound. So this liberation means you are not bound by the compulsion for suffering. Must understand what is liberation. Liberation is the freedom from suffering. Liberation is not after death. Liberation is the freedom from suffering in this life itself. If a person can cheerfully live all his life, whatever circumstances are there, that means the circumstances are not binding him. The circumstances are not dictating the mood of the person. Therefore, circumstances, whatever may be, जिंदगी की डोर सौंप मैया जी के हाथ में, महलों में राखे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे, धन्यवाद निर्विवाद राजेश्वरी कहिए, जाहि विधि राखे मां ताहि विधि रहिए. Moment you surrender to God, it's a very special state of affairs. And what happens? Paramatma takes care. Suta uvacha iti narada nirnitam swamahatmyam nishamya sa सर्वांग पुष्टि संयुक्ता नारदं वाक्यमब्रवीत. Suta resumed, hearing thus of our own glory as ascertained by Narada, now Bhakti is feeling better now. Bhakti is now feeling better. Narada has told her, you know who you are. Narada has reminded, Narada Rishi has reminded Bhakti who you are. You are very dear to Hari. You are very, very dear to Sri Hari. Now this is the state of affairs. Bhakti got enriched with the fullness of her limbs and spoke to him as follows. Bhakti Ruvacha Aho Narada Dhanyosi Pritiste Mayi Nischala Nakadachit Vimunchami Chitte Sthasyami Sarvada Kripaluna Tvaya Sadho Madbadha Dhvansita Kshanat Putrayos Chetana Nasti Tato Bodhaya Bodhaya. Bhakti said, O Narada, you are a really blessed soul. Your devotion to me is unflinching. Your devotion to Bhakti is unflinching. I shall ever abide in your heart and shall never forsake you. My agony has been dispelled by you in a moment, compassionate as you are, O pious soul. Consciousness, however, has not yet returned to my sons. Therefore, pray, awaken them, bring them back to consciousness. O Narada, you have given me solace. You have given me, once again, you have given me peace and solace. You have given me happiness. You have given. But please awaken my sons also. I will not leave you because you are so devoted to me. Suta Uvacha Tasya Vachasamakarnya Karunyam Narado Gataha Tayor Bodhanamarebhe Karagrena Mivardayan Mukham Sanyojya Karnante Shabdamuchyaih Samucharan Jnana Prabudhyatam Shighram Revairagya Prabudhyatam Veda Vedanta Ghoshaischa Gita Pathair Muhurmuhu Bodhyamanau Tadatena Kathanchit Chothitau Balat Netrair Anavalokantau Jrimbhantau Salasavubhau Bhagavat Palitau Prayaha Shushka Kashtha Samangakau Kshutkshamau Tau Nirikshaiva Punaswapa Parayano Rishischinta Paro Jataha Kim Vidheyam Mayeti Cha Aho Nidra Katham Yati Vruddhatvam Cha Mahattaram चिन्तयन्निति गोविन्दम् स्मारयामास भार्गव व्योमवाणी तदैवाभूत् मार्षे खिद्यतामिति उद्यमः सफलस्तेयम् भविष्यति न संशयः एतदर्थं तु सत्कर्म सुरर्षे त्वं समाचर तत्ते कर्माभिधास्यन्ति साधवः साधुभूषणाः सत्कर्माणि कृते तस्मिन् सनिद्रावृद्धतानयोः गमिष्यति क्षणात् भक्तिः सर्वतः प्रसरिष्यति इत्याकाशवचः स्पष्टम् तत्सर्वैरपि विश्रुतम् नारदो विस्मयं लेभे नेदं ज्ञातमिति ब्रुवन् Suta continued. Narada was filled with compassion to hear the appeal of bhakti and began to rouse them, pressing them with his fingers. Taking his mouth near their ears, he shouted clearly as follows, O Jnana, wake up at once. O Vairagya, wake up. Being roused again and again on that occasion by him, through the chanting of Vedic and Upanishadic texts, recitations of the Gita and so on, they rose somehow with great exertion. So Naradji is trying to wake up Jnana and Vairagya by chanting Veda mantras, by chanting the Upanishads, by chanting the Gita. So with great difficulty they woke up. Full of languor. Languor means very, very sleepishness. Languor. As they were, both began to yawn and could not open their eyes to see. Their hair had grown white like the down of a heron, and their limbs reduced to a bare skeleton looked like pieces of dry wood. They had become old people, exactly like just like old people, all hair, grey hair and skeleton-like figure they had become. The moment he perceived them emaciated by hunger and inclined to fall asleep again, the sage Narada felt worried and said to himself, what should be done now by me? Again they are falling asleep. When a child is sleeping, should I try to wake up a child? He'll wake up and see half closed, half open eyes. One child was there. In Kannada you say, no? Eddelappa, eddelu. So the child was woken up, the boy woke up and said, Iramma, iವಾಗ ತಾನೇ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸುಧಾರಿಸ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. Just now I have woken from sleep. I want to take rest to remove that laziness of sleep. I want to go to sleep again to remove the laziness of sleep. So like that, child will automatically fall once again asleep. The moment he perceived, so what should be done by me now? Oh, how can their sleepiness and old age, which is even more formidable, disappear? How can I remove these things? Pondering thus, O Shaunaka, a scion of Bhrigu. Bhrigu means Bhrigu Rishi was there. So Shaunaka is a descendant of Bhrigu Rishi. He, Narada, put himself in mind of Sri Krishna, the protector of cows, the Gopala Krishna. He remembered Gopala Krishna. Presently, at that moment, a voice was heard from the heavens saying, O sage, do not feel dejected. It's called as Akashavani, Ashariravani. It's coming. This effort of yours will prove fruitful, no doubt. You will be successful, don't worry. For this, however, O celestial sage, perform you duly a righteous act. Ek sat karma, one sat karma you have to do. One sat karma you have to do. That's all the voice has said. Saints who are the holiest of the holy will point out to you that act. what you have to do, very holy saints will come and tell you. When that noble act is performed, their old age, including their sleep, will disappear in a moment and bhakti will spread all round. The moment that good activity is done by you, O Narada, both the suns will wake up and bhakti also will be totally healthy. The voice from the heavens to this effect was clearly and perceptibly heard by all. Narada was struck with wonder and said, what it means is not understood. I have not understood what exactly I should do. Narada uvacha anaya akashavanyapi gopyatvena nirupitam kim va tat sadhanam karyam yena karyam bhavet tayoho ko bhavishyanti santaste katham dasyanti sadhanam mayatra kim prakartavyam yaduktam vyoma bhashaya. Narada said, the voice from the sky too has spoken in a mysterious way. I wonder what may be the act which I will have to be performed in order that the object of these two may be accomplished. I do not know what has to be done. I am wondering what it is. Where will those saints be found? How will they impart the knowledge of that practice? What should be done by me at the present moment as enjoined by the voice from the heavens? According to the voice which has spoken from the heavens, what should be done by me? I am not clear. It is very, very mysterious. Suta uvacha tatra dvavapi samsthapya nirgato narado munihi tirtham tirtham vinishkramya pruchan marge munishwaran vrittanta shruyate sarvaihi kinchin nischitya nochyate asadhyam kechana prochur durgneyamiti chapare muki bhutastathanyetu kiyantastu palayitaha hahakaro mahanasit trailokye mismayavaha Veda Vedanta Ghoshaischa Gita Pathair Vibodhitam Bhakti Jnana Viraganam Noditishtatrikam Yada Upayo Naparostiti Karne karne japanjanaha Yogina naradenapi Swayam najñayate tu yat Tat katham shakyate vaktum Itarairiha manushaihi Evam rishiganai prishtair Nirniyoktam durasadam Shriman Narayana 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 Bhajman Narayana 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 लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 भजमन नारायण 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 श्रीमन नारायण 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 भजमन नारायण 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 श्रीमन नारायण 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 भजमन नारायण 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 श्रीमन नारायण 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 लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 भजमन नारायण 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 भजमन नारायण 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 श्रीमन नारायण 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 लक्ष्मी नारायण 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 श्रीमन नारायण 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 श्रीमन नारायण नारायण नारायण। बोल सच्चिदानंद भगवान की। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।